Here's an update on my previous video about the tariffs and how it's going to affect our Japanese figures. I know a lot of you had some questions, so I'll try and answer those too. I didn't expect for that video to blow up like it did. I was worried and angry, and I just wanted to rant, and I thought I would just go out to my regular 2,000 viewers. But now that a lot of people have seen it, the last thing I want to do is spread misinformation. To be fair, most of what I said is still true. It's just one thing, and everyone starts calling me an intentional liar. First of all, where I'm getting my information. I got them from statements and emails that the company themselves, the figure and import companies, sent to us. Here's the email I received the morning of making that previous video. This one's from Nin Game, and on there it states, and I quote, all shipments to the United States may now be subject to flat rate import fees starting at $80 USD. Immediately I see that, and I'm sure like the rest of you start to freak out. So I look further into it. I look up de minimis exemption and find a statement on the official whitehouse.gov website. So straight from the ugly orange horse's mouth, and under section 3, subsection C, paragraph I, I've always wanted to say something like that. Countries with an effective IEEPA tariff rate of less than 16% are subject to a duty of $80 per item. So naturally I read that $80 per item and think, oh shit, it's gonna charge me $80 per item. I had literally just given Bai the go-ahead to ship my order of 30 tiny Dragon Ball figures, and then I see this the next morning and I freak out. But now that some time has passed and everyone's yelling at me saying, no, it's per package, I took a look again, and it looks like in subsection B, right above that, it says, tariff rate shall be assessed on the value of each dutiable postal item, parentheses package. Parentheses package. Why don't you just write it as package instead of item? Whatever. I hope it is package. No one hopes I'm wrong about the per item thing more than me, trust me. I want these tiny Dragon Ball figures that are exclusive to Japan without having to pay $3,000 in fees. Hell, I don't want to pay the stupid $80 fee either, but it's ridiculous. And like I said in my previous video, if you ship using FedEx or DHL, instead of getting hit with the $80 flat fee, you'll get hit with a percentage instead. People keep commenting as if I didn't already blatantly say that in my previous video. So if it's USPS, it's $80 per shipment. If it's FedEx or DHL, it'll be a percentage fee per shipment. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not claiming to be like an expert on this, but this is just from what I've gathered. But yeah, with that, obviously you'd want to ship with FedEx or DHL, right? But if you've ever imported anything, you'll know there's a huge price difference between the two. I always use USPS because I can get a big box full of figures shipped for just $40. If I wanted to use any other method like FedEx or DHL, the same shipment will cost me almost double. Now with these fees though, they're both gonna run me a similar cost. Except now with the typical average price of shipment would be $40, it's now going to be about $100. Thankfully, Japan has officially suspended shipments going to the US until further notice. And so have the import sites that sell figures. I already have like 3 separate shipments on the way from Japan that should be arriving within the next few weeks. And best case scenario is that once it gets to customs, I'll get slapped with an $80 fee per shipment. But I'm sorry if I made anyone panic more than they should have with the per item thing. But there's still definitely reason to panic. And don't forget, all these fees are under the guise of stopping drugs from entering the country. Well, it's working because figures were my drug. Doing drugs might actually be a cheaper hobby at this point. Kids, don't do drugs. It's just a dumb joke. Just like this administration.